Right now at 5, the Missouri Highway Patrol arrests a teen in connection with a deadly DWI wreck. And police in Carl Junction arrest a man who allegedly shot someone else with a BB gun.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News. It's 5 a.m. I'm Tanya Bach.
I'm Chris Warner. So we've got a few scattered showers and thunderstorms out there this morning. So some of that much needed rainfall. Unfortunately, we're not getting it in all the places that really need it, but don't worry. There's more showers and thunderstorms on the way. Let's take a look at the Skywatch Storm Tracker, and you can see where these scattered showers and thunderstorms are across the area. Most of them now focused in southwest Missouri. We'll take a closer look at those here, and you can see we had this little shower just roll through Joplin, and we've got some thunderstorm activity roughly from northeastern McDonald County back to the north of Cassville, and another thunderstorm right over Monette just to the southwest of Mount Vernon. And over the last few hours, these have kind of developed and just started to roll on through nice and easy like. Again, we need more rain in parts of southeast Kansas. We just didn't get that much with this particular batch, but more is on the way. Now we do have a low end risk for some strong, possibly low grade severe thunderstorms later this afternoon. You can see the area highlighted in brown. There's a low hail risk and a low wind risk, so we'll keep an eye on that. And it's not just today, it continues into our Sunday. So that's another look at today's risk. And then actually let me step to this side. Sunday, you can see it shifts to the south and east. And then for tomorrow, just right now, just general thunderstorms across the area. So let's take a quick look down the road at what we are expecting. We head into this afternoon, we'll start to see some of those pop-up thunderstorms around the area. Then they'll become a bit more scattered, and they will actually persist a little bit into the late evening hours. And then we head into Saturday. Saturday, we're looking at scattered thunderstorm chances throughout the day. So here we go, 6, 7, 8 a.m., scattered showers, few scattered thunderstorms. There's a little bit of a pause, and then we'll see additional development later in the evening. And then this will repeat for us as we head into our Sunday. Very early morning, we start to see more showers and thunderstorms roll in. So our chances will ramp up again as we head into the afternoon and evening hours across the area. And for our Saturday, they do bounce around a bit because as you saw in the future track, these will be scattered storms, but they'll be with us for the majority of our Saturday. MoDOT camera, 20th and range line. Roads are wet as the shower has exited, and they're slowly starting to dry on the KDOT camera at 69 and 400 just south of Pittsburgh. Rain stopping in Joplin, mostly cloudy, 68, muggy, because it just rained, of course. That dew point 65, humidity 90%. Temperatures around the region look about like this: 68 Pittsburgh, 66 Lamar, 70 in Parsons, Neodesha, Chatopa, and Miami, and 67 in Neosho. We get our morning started. These showers clear out, will be partly cloudy, warm, low 80s by late morning. Highs today a little bit cooler than yesterday. We're talking mid-upper 80s, partly cloudy skies. We'll see those scattered thunderstorm chances build in later this evening, and of course those will continue scattered through the evening and then return early tomorrow morning. And another mild evening, overnight lows back into the mid to upper 60s. Tanya?
All right, thanks, Chris. The Missouri Highway Patrol has arrested a teenager on allegations of DWI after a crash in Seneca claimed the life of another teen. On Thursday afternoon, authorities say a 17-year-old male was driving west on Old Highway 60 in Seneca. When he crossed the center line, overcorrected, went off the right side of the road, overturned, and hit a tree. There were 2 other passengers in the car. One was taken to the hospital with minor injuries. The other passenger, 18-year-old Stephen Keith from Seneca, died at the scene. The 17-year-old driver was arrested on allegations of DWI, but released for medical treatment. Police in Carl Junction arrest a man who they say shot someone with a BB gun. Authorities say employees from a company went on a property along Joplin Street to repossess 2 sheds. One of those employees says a man shot him with a BB gun. That man was arrested by police. The employee who was shot was treated for non-life-threatening injuries. Missourians could decide next year whether to raise the state's minimum wage. It is $12 an hour now, already above the national average. But supporters say that doesn't keep pace with rising inflation. Joe McClain is in Jefferson City with details on the new push.
There are actually several ongoing endeavors to get Missouri up to a $15 minimum wage, but that wouldn't happen right away. A petition gathering signatures now would see an amendment placed on Missouri's statewide ballot next year to gradually raise Missouri's minimum wage to $15 an hour. It's at $12 right now, and if passed, the wage would start rising in 2025, first to $13.50 an hour. Then it would rise by 75 cents an hour each year until hitting $15 an hour in 2027. But it wouldn't stop there. The amendment would then tie the minimum wage to the Consumer Price Index. The wage increase would be an additional burden on businesses, which would have to shoulder the extra labor costs. Still, when I asked owners like Wendy Gladback, who operates a bridal shop in Jefferson City, she says the market already forces many businesses to pay above the minimum anyway.
It doesn't affect us a lot. As a small business, we only run part-time employees, and we sell on a commission basis.
If the commission weren't a thing and people were just coming in here to work for $12, how difficult would it be?
Probably pretty difficult. We'd have to pay more than minimum wage just to get quality employees.
Missouri is one of 30 states that have a minimum wage above the federal one, which is at $7.25. As of this year, only 3 states, Washington, California, and Massachusetts, have $15 minimum wages. But by 2027, that is likely to change. That's a look at this morning's top stories and weather in our first 7 minutes. Coming up on the KOAM Morning News, we say goodbye to our sports director, Jacob Leonard, as he embarks on a new adventure. Plus, we take you to a Minnesota Dairy Queen where the Dilly Bar was born. And we learn more about the ongoing urgent mental health crisis involving America's youth. You're watching the KOAM Morning News. More real news in the morning. We'll be right back.
Well, we've come to a harder portion of our morning show. Of course, last night, Jacob Leonard's last night. And goodbyes are never easy. They're harder with our old friends. And Leonard's been here at KOAM for 10 years. He was sports director for the last 8. He's moving on now to pursue a new opportunity. But first, Jacob and Dow sat down to relive some moments and renew some memories.
Jacob Leonard, 10 years ago, you were a kid, a little bit baby-faced. You had hair that was not just on your chin.
I remember 2 things from when I started here. I remember walking into the studio and thinking, oh, they only see what you're supposed to see when it's on TV. There are so many cables and lights and other things around here. And the second thing I remember, the first time I walked into the studio, because I had grown up in Southeast Kansas and watched you and Doug on TV, I remember thinking, those are their actual voices. Those aren't put on news voices. And I remember thinking, how cool is this? And working here with you guys, I thought, that's Dow Quick and Doug Hetty. Do not screw this up. News was not what I got into this business for, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I was very good at it.
The new system will cost the city about $500,000, while others say that stands in the city limits would be more convenient.
And it wasn't just as a news reporter. You eventually got experience doing weather.
Most of us sitting right now around 30 degrees cooler than what we saw yesterday.
You wanted to drift into sports. Why is that?
I tell this story all the time. When I was in high school, one of my basketball highlights made it on this station. And I remember thinking that was one of the coolest things that's ever happened to me, and it meant so much to me, and to know that I had the possibility to do that for other kids and so many kids in the area, I thought that sounds like something I want to do.
So that was a teenage Jacob Leonard.
Yeah, I think
as a sports highlight.
Funny part is, my name wasn't on the roster, so they said, this guy's name isn't on the roster, but nice move. And so it was still cool, even though it wasn't my name. It was my highlight. June 2015, it feels like the start of like a new life for me, because I became the sports director here, and within a week, my son arrived. I have a 7-year-old son now, who's about to turn 8, and so yeah, it was a new job, the job that I wanted, and having my first child. So looking back, that was the start of a whole new journey for me, both professionally and personally.
And in fact, Keaton, now about to turn 8, as you say, is part of the reason that you're moving on from this position. Maybe you could explain that.
He's starting to be out there playing soccer and playing basketball and playing baseball, and it's hard for me to be out covering other people's kids and highlighting other people's kids and being at other games when I know my own son is playing somewhere else, and I only get one shot really to be a dad and to be there and to be the best I can at that. And it's important. As important as this job is to me, that's more important to me at this point.
You talk about the memorable moments out on the field. There have also been a lot of memorable moments that have occurred right here in this building.
Yeah, I've had a lot of memorable moments in this building, and some of them have been pretty funny.
Johnny, hold on, man. Let me do my sports, okay? Why is that?
Cue Jacob Leonard.
I've worked with a lot of great people here who have made it memorable and a lot of fun.
And I know you've mentioned there are a lot of people you'd like to thank.
My wife and my son, they've allowed me to do this job at the level that I've wanted to do it at this whole time, and that does mean a lot of time away from home and a lot of miles on the road. So, thanking my wife and my son for what I've been able to do the last 8 years, it starts there. And so many coaches and athletes have been so helpful. I appreciate getting to work with people like you and Doug. Like I said, I grew up watching you guys, and to share the desk with you guys in this time, I've learned a lot, not just professionally, but personally about, being a good professional and being a dad, and it's meant a lot to me. I just hope people take away the fact that I cared, like I legitimately cared about this job, and I cared about them. And I hope they take away, the effort that we put into to make sure girls and women's sports were covered equally here. That's meant a lot to me in my time here. For whatever they think I might have done for them, they paid it back so much more than anything I could have done for them, with just the happiness and the fun and the joy I've had on this job and the anticipation of coming to work every day that they've given me. I know I'm always going to be a part of the station here, and always going to be a part of KOAM, and KOAM and you guys and our viewers here are always going to be part of my life, and I look forward to seeing you guys and to seeing everybody out and about. I still hope people come up and want to visit and want to talk about sportsmithing from here on out.
Of course, I spent the last 6.5 years working with Jacob Leonard, and I tell you, I don't know a lot about sports, but I learned so much from him over the last 6.5 years that I actually understand a few things about sports, and we certainly wish Jacob the best at PSU, and we will miss him a lot. Well, still to come, police in France investigate a stabbing attack at a playground. And we've got more thunderstorm chances in our forecast. We'll take a look at that forecast when the KOAM Morning News returns. Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News. 5:18 now on this finally Friday here in the 4 states. Still have some lingering showers and thunderstorms into southwest Missouri as we take a quick zoom in. Got a few of these showers back up toward Neosho. Got some actual heavier thunderstorms from Mount Vernon, Monette, back down to Cassville and Seligman. All of this activity continuing to move on to the south and to the east. And here in the next couple of hours, it will be out of our area, and we will pause on the rain, at least temporarily. We also have a low end risk later today for some strong, maybe low-grade severe thunderstorms. Now, we've seen severe thunderstorms with these pop-up storms in this activity over the last few days, but this is the first time we actually have an area highlighted, so we could see a couple more of these stronger storms. In this brown area here, we got that low-end risk for hail and a low-end risk for wind as well. Today's not the only day, though, so this is heading into Saturday. We're okay. We're right now just looking at general thunderstorms, but Sunday, we have that low-end risk return again. So let's take a look down the road. We head later into this afternoon. We'll start off initially with these pop-up showers and storms, and then we'll see them become a bit more scattered, and these will hang on to the late evening hours. They'll pause overnight, and then about 5, 6 o'clock tomorrow morning, we'll see additional shower and thunderstorm development taking place, and it'll roll through, and throughout our Saturday, it will be scattered throughout the entire day. I want to show you real quick our precipitation chances today. Again, they'll pick up later this afternoon, this evening, and for tomorrow, they'll bounce around a little bit, but as you can see, they're pretty decent chances as these storms will be scattered throughout our Saturday. Well, as the temperatures rise, it's ice cream season once again, and a favorite is what's called a dilly bar. That's Dairy Queen's name for vanilla ice cream on a stick dipped in chocolate or another treat. Folks at a 74-year-old DQ near Fargo, North Dakota came up with the idea. John Lawrenson has the origin story to chew on.
Moorhead, Minnesota, a city known for a Viking ship, a Norwegian church, and a famous frozen treat.
One of my earliest memories as a child is going to Dairy Queen about 60 years ago and eating a dilly bar.
And there's no better place to have one than along historic Highway 75.
This is downtown Moorhead.
This is it right
This is it.
74 years ago, this Dairy Queen opened its doors. Troy DeLeon is only the second owner in the restaurant's history. And because it's been around for so long, this is no ordinary DQ.
No grilled foods, no fried foods.
I have an order for Mary.
We don't buy anything out of a can. It's all made in-house.
That includes the dilly bar.
It's a little soft right now.
In 1955, original owner Bob Litherland and a couple of guys from Minneapolis started experimenting with frozen treats. At one point, they froze a circle of ice cream onto a tongue depressor.
They made it, they froze it down, and they looked at it and said, "Isn't that a dilly?"
That's such a 50s saying,
Yeah,
isn't it?
That's
Dave
exactly
Nabbit,
right.
Isn't this a dilly?
There you go. That's right.
Once word got out, it was hard to keep up with demand. Carol and Mitch Zakula heard about the history and made a stop while visiting from Arizona.
the dilly bar. Very good. Highly recommend.
They actually use cardboard to get that perfect circle and swirl.
That one's a little thick.
Then they head to the freezer.
This is a freezer that's dedicated specifically for dilly bars, and it runs about 20 below.
Once removed, the dilly bars are dipped in chocolate, butterscotch, or cherry. The cool thing is that people wait all winter to get their hands on one. The restaurant opens March 1st, and this year customers lined up even as the snow was falling. Middle of a blizzard.
Should have been here.
No pun intended.
We had 13 inches of snow this year.
And you still opened up.
Yes.
They're used to large crowds, having hosted the Stanley Cup before, and every summer a cow visit so people can thank dairy farmers. In this city, the DQ is GQ, all thanks to ice cream and tongue depressors.
They perfected it and just stuck with it, and now, you know, it went from this store all the way across the country to every store in the country.
Now, the Moorhead DQ also serves up barbecue and chili that it cooks up fresh on site. That brings us to our question for you this morning. What's your favorite Dairy Queen dessert? Is it the Blizzard, a classic cone, a dipped cone, the dilly bar, a sundae, a shake, peanut buster parfait, or maybe something else? Well, we want to hear from you. Make sure you take time to vote through our website, through the app, and take part in the discussion on our Facebook page. We will be back with Health Watch right after this.
Topping Health Watch this morning, U.S. Surgeon General Vivek Murthy joined educators and healthcare professionals on Capitol Hill to testify about the urgent mental health crisis affecting America's youth. The hearing comes 2 weeks after Dr. Murphy issued the first ever public health advisory on the negative effects that social media can have on young people. Nicole D'Antonio reports from Washington.
My concern here is not just as Surgeon General, sir. It's as a doctor and as a parent.
Surgeon General Vivek Murthy appeared before a Senate panel Thursday to address the youth mental health crisis in America.
Our obligation finally to act is not just medical, it is moral.
Dr. Murthy testified loneliness and isolation brought on by the COVID-19 pandemic hit kids hard, with social media making matters worse.
Too often kids on social media are exposed to extreme, inappropriate, and harmful content. Indeed, nearly half of adolescents are saying that social media now makes them feel worse about their bodies.
Committee Chair Bernie Sanders suggested climate change could be another stressor.
I really do wonder, walking here today through the smog and the smoke, you wonder what impact it has on the kids who wonder, is this the future for me?
On Thursday, lawmakers also heard from educators on the front lines.
Too many of our students reported having felt sad or hopeless, and that their mental health was not good most or all of the time.
We know that through engagement, tiered supports, and shared strategies, our students are being more successful dealing with their individual emotions.
Senate lawmakers are vowing to continue working to find solutions.
The number one commodity that we have in this country is not gold and silver, it's our young people, and we're destroying them.
The nation's top doctor is pressing Congress to establish standards to ensure social media platforms are safe for young people. Nicole D'Antonio, CBS News, Washington.
According to a recent CDC survey, nearly 3 in 5 teenage girls describe feeling persistently sad or hopeless, double the rate of boys. 1 in 3 teen girls considered attempting suicide. That's a look at some of today's top health stories. You're watching the KOAM Morning News.
We've got a few scattered showers, a couple of thunderstorms starting to exit the area this morning. More on the way. We'll take a look at that forecast when we come back.
Right now at 5:30, the SEK Humane Society goes into quarantine over parvo.
Rain leaving the Joplin area, still in parts of southwest Missouri. It'll exit soon. More storms on the way. We'll talk about that in the forecast coming up.
And stay away from wild animals. That's the message the Park Service wants to send to people.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News. It's now 5:30. I'm Tanya Bach.
I'm Chris Warner. So we've had a few scattered showers and thunderstorms out there this morning through the area. They're beginning to exit, but we have more showers and thunderstorms on the way later today. So on Skywatch Storm Tracker, we can show you where these showers and thunderstorms are. And we will show you where they are because they are out there. I promise that. They really are. And they've been really starting to move out of the area as they continue to move to the south and to the east. Right now, most of them confined down into Berry, McDonald, and Newton counties. A few showers there in Lawrence County as well. As we zoom in here, you can see we got some thunderstorm activity right around the Cassville area. Some of these showers, a couple of thunderstorms. There's a lightning strike by Monette and then stretching back into parts of northeastern McDonald County and a stray shower there over the Neosho area. These have been rolling through the area for the last several hours. They just kind of got going and they are rolling out of the area as well. However, later today we have the possibility of a couple of strong, maybe low-grade severe thunderstorms. The area is highlighted in brown for a low hail risk and a low wind risk. And today's not the only day. Now tomorrow we're expecting just general thunderstorms at this point. However, as we head into Sunday, our southeastern counties are highlighted for a low wind risk for some strong, maybe severe thunderstorms. So let's take a look down the road at what we're expecting. So later today, we'll see some more of those pop-up shower and thunderstorms across the area. We go into the evening, we get those going through. Once we get to about 10, 11 o'clock tonight, they'll clear out. And then we head into about 5, 6 a.m. tomorrow. We'll see more of these widespread showers and thunderstorms. Now, they'll be scattered through the day, as you can see, but they will be with us through the majority of our Saturday. Then they'll pause briefly overnight before very early Sunday morning. We see another round of those showers and storms rolling through. So you can see our rain chances will pick up this evening as we see a few more of these scattered thunderstorms across the area, and then they'll continue to kind of bounce around as we head into tomorrow with the scattered thunderstorm chances through our Saturday, and then again they'll return on Sunday for us. We'll have another full look at your forecast here in just a few more minutes. Tanya?
All right, thanks, Chris. If you have a puppy, you may want to listen up. Parvo is going around the area. Now, parvo is a highly contagious virus that affects mainly dogs. The uptick in cases means the SEK Humane Society in Pittsburgh is currently in a deep quarantine. Enhanced cleaning measures are needed to keep the parvo virus out. Jasmine Kyle with the SEK Humane Society says we should have our pets vaccinated as early as possible so they can build up that defense.
It is a killer of puppies, and that's where a lot of the community in the whole United States sees the parvovirus is in puppies, sadly. The best thing that you can do to prevent your animals from getting parvo is to vaccinate.
Dogs can start receiving the parvo vaccine as young as 6 weeks old. If your dog gets the virus, the treatment often means stays at the vet. Well, stay away from wild animals. That's the message after folks in national parks interfered with a baby bison and a young elk. Southwest Missouri has its own bison herd at Prairie State Park near Minden Mines. Park naturalist Dana Hoisington says they like to give the wild animals as much space as possible.
We have a real hands-off policy. We work the bison once a year. We do a veterinary check on them once a year. Other than that, Mother Nature takes its course. And it's important that, they have that ability to be wild.
If you'd like to learn more about Prairie State Park's bison herd, you can sign up for the monthly Bison Saunter. It's typically held on the first Saturday of the month. Well, the Cancer Center at Mercy Hospital put on a picnic for cancer survivors in the area, celebrating their strength and courage. The center has been organizing this picnic for many years, bringing the community together to support one another throughout the treatment process.
It's wonderful. It's like a sisterhood that comes together, and we all back each other up. We are there for each other. It's like a total family.
The theme of this year's picnic was celebrating the superhero in you. Well, some Joplin area teens competed for prizes with their iconic Joplin Lego landmark creations. KOAM's Yana Tula attended the award ceremony and talked with officials as well as competitors.
6 teams of teens showed off iconic Joplin Lego landmarks that they built in the past half a year, and it's time for an award ceremony. Founder of Landmark Builds, Lisa Nelson, says despite of a limited set of Legos and a budget, the teens surprised her with their creativity.
So the jurors commented a lot on their creativity, their innovation in their use of Lego elements, and also their storytelling. They did a fabulous job relating the story of the landmark in a way that really, I think, engaged people and made you want to learn more about what was going on.
Landmarks were awarded in 4 different categories. Nelson says the People's Choice category received almost 1,500 votes. Other judge categories were technical building, storytelling of history, and creative design, which went to the Grand Falls team.
It was a good challenge to make the water move, and that was the main part. We didn't know about the Ferris wheel, the theater, until after we researched it.
Teens building the Union Depot enjoyed playing with Legos together for a chance of award.
We visited the real Union Depot in its previous state, which is actually a little dangerous, but so I recommend going to something else. But yeah, it was pretty nice. We took a lot of pictures. I have some on my phone. Alex has some on his phone. These graffiti on the wall are actually pictures from his phone turned into stickers, and we put them on the wall.
Founder Nelson says the landmarks have gotten offers to purchase them, as well as take on tours to other cities to show them off.
I would love to make this kind of opportunity available to teens nationally, and I need to figure out how to do that.
In Joplin, Janna Hautala, KOAM News.
Very creative creations there. Nelson says the iconic Lego landmarks was a successful team-focused event, and it's part of Joplin's 150th anniversary. The Crowder College Technical Education Center in Neosho is offering hands-on opportunities for middle schoolers this summer. 125 students entering 6th and 8th grade from Diamond, East Newton, Neosho, and Seneca districts can pick 4 out of 5 skills to learn. They then can choose to learn more about agriculture, computer science, construction, health science, and teacher preparation.
So far, I've probably liked construction the best because we made toothpick bridges, we had water balloon fights, all that stuff.
Besides learning how to build toothpick bridges, students can have fun learning CPR and making cheese, among other activities that are offered in the camp. Summer school happens until June 23rd at the Del Reed Technical Education Center on the Neosho campus. Well, summer weather is here, and local experts are warning about the dangers of hot playgrounds, from the actual equipment to the heat itself. One tip, try to avoid the direct sun by going to parks and playgrounds with lots of trees for shade. Also be aware that certain playground materials can conduct a lot of heat.
Right now, with it being summer, we have obviously the direct sunlight can be dangerous for a child going out there. They can get dehydrated, they can get sunburnt, but also the playground itself, most of them are made out of metals, and those conduct heat. So even if it doesn't feel hot to you on the outside, when you go and touch those playground pieces, those can be super hot.
Heat exhaustion is the first sign of heat stroke. You want to make sure your child stays hydrated to beat the heat. Cooper says Pedialyte and popsicles are great options to keep your kids hydrated, along with foods with lots of water like applesauce. This morning, we're discussing a different kind of treat, Dairy Queen desserts.
Yeah, Moorhead, Minnesota, a city known for a Viking ship, a Norwegian church, and a famous frozen treat. And there's no better place to have one than along historic Highway 75. 74 years ago, this Dairy Queen opened its doors. Troy DeLeon is only the second owner in the restaurant's history. And because it's been around for so long, this is no ordinary DQ.
There's no grilled food, nor is there any fried food. They don't buy anything in a can, as it's all made in-house. 1955, original owner Bob Litherland and a couple of guys from Minneapolis started experimenting with frozen treats. At one point, they froze a circle of ice cream on a tongue depressor. Ooh, what a dilly. Once word got out, it was hard to keep up with demand.
That's where it came from. And that brings us to our question for you this morning. What's your favorite Dairy Queen dessert? So far, 68% of you say you like the blizzards. Another 16% of you say you like the classic cones and the shakes. So make sure you take time to vote through our website, through our app, and take part in the discussion on our Facebook page.
Well, I've never actually had a dilly bar, and I'm excited to know that they come in different flavors and not just chocolate.
Yeah, they have a few different flavors. I think it was butterscotch, chocolate, and cherry. Yeah.
That one caught my eye. Yes, I'm going to have to order me up a dilly sometime.
Give it a try.
That's a look at our top news stories coming up this half hour on the KOAM Morning News. As Taylor Swift tours across the country, her fans are finding unique ways to honor her sense of style.
Plus, the largest ruby to come to auction sells for some big money. We'll have the latest.
You're watching the KOAM Morning News, more real news in the morning. We'll be right back, but first, here's a live look from Bushwhacker Days in Nevada, Missouri. Topping World Watch, police in France are investigating a stabbing attack at a playground yesterday morning that left 2 children and an adult in critical condition. Tina Kraus has more from London.
Police have closed off a park in the French Alps after a man with a knife attacked children as young as 1 while they were playing. Some were in strollers. Anthony Latalik was jogging nearby. He says all of a sudden a lady says, "Run, run, there's a guy stabbing everyone. He stabbed some children, run." The suspect went on a stabbing spree, targeting 4 small children and 2 adults before being tackled and taken into custody. Police say he's a Syrian refugee with legal status and not known to security agencies. American Eleanor Vincent witnessed the aftermath.
It's a horror beyond belief, and it changes everything in an instant. Je vous remercie.
When the news broke, the French Parliament stopped a national debate and held a minute of silence.
Devant cette attaque abominable.
This lawmaker called it a terrifying and appalling attack. At the scene, medics rushed to help the injured. Witnesses say they heard distressing screams from parents and young victims on the playground. Investigators now trying to find a motive for the shocking rampage. Tina Kraus, CBS News.
Police say several bystanders tried to distract the attacker and slow the violence while they waited for authorities to arrive. That's a look at some of your biggest headlines from around the world. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News. Taking a look at the Skywatch Storm Tracker here at 546, almost 547. You can see we still have a few of these lingering showers, even a couple of thunderstorms out there in parts of McDonald and Berry counties in southwest Missouri. These are on their way out of here. We take a look back as they develop through this morning and then continue to slide on off to the south and to the east. So we didn't get rain out here in southeast Kansas from this. We really need that rain, but at least some of us saw some shower activity. Now we do have the possibility today for a couple of strong, maybe low-grade severe thunderstorms, especially in the areas highlighted in brown. We've got that low-end hail risk and a low-end wind risk out there. And this isn't our only opportunity. We go into tomorrow, we're looking at just general thunderstorms at this point. Of course, if that changes, we'll let you know. And then we go into Sunday, and we have that low-end risk in our southeastern counties for some strong, possibly low-grade severe thunderstorms. So let's take a trip in time down the road to this afternoon. Here we go, about 4 o'clock. We'll start to see some of these scattered showers and thunderstorms across the area. And these will hold on until about 10, 11 o'clock tonight, and they'll clear on out. And then as we head into tomorrow morning, we'll start to see about 5-6 a.m. more showers and thunderstorms. Now these will be scattered throughout our Saturday, but they'll be across the entire region as we head through our Saturday. They'll pause briefly late in the evening, and then as we head into early Sunday morning, we see additional showers and thunderstorms across the area. So some good opportunities for some much needed rainfall. Rain chances, of course, will pick up later this afternoon, this evening across the area. As we head into our Saturday, they bounce up and down a bit. That's because these chances are going to be scattered, but we do have those shower and thunderstorm chances throughout our Saturday. MoDOT camera, 20th and Range Line. Roads still wet this morning, but the rain has ended in Joplin, and same from the KDOT camera at 69 and 400. The rain has ended for now, but those roads still a little bit on the wet side. Still have some lingering clouds out there from our camera at 7th and Range Line, sitting at 68 in Joplin. Still a bit humid though, 65-degree dew point, 90% humidity. Temperatures around the region looking about like this: 65 Lamar, Nevada, 68 Fort Scott, 70 in Parsons, 71 Chatopa, 70 Miami, and 64 in Monette. We get our day started, we'll see those showers clear on out. We'll be partly cloudy through the morning and right around 80 by 11. Excuse me. We head into this afternoon, still another warm one, still muggy, mid to upper 80s out there. And then by this afternoon, we'll see those showers and thunderstorms begin to roll into the area. And they'll persist with us through the evening before they pause and then return tomorrow morning, mid to upper 60s for our overnight lows. Looking ahead, we got low 80s tomorrow with those thunderstorm chances, low 80s Sunday, more thunderstorm chances. Then we go into Monday, some pop-up storms, mainly in the morning, some remnants from Sunday's activity. Mostly sunny, dry on Tuesday, more pop-up storms Wednesday and into Thursday. After that, we go to these mostly sunny conditions and look at temperatures by the end of next week going into the low to mid 90s across the area. Let's check your forecast. We'll be back with more after this, but first we have another live look from Nevada, Missouri ahead of Bushwhacker Days. We'll be right back.
As Taylor Swift's The Eras Tour hits stadiums across the country, fans are finding unique ways to honor the icon's sense of style. Naomi Ruckham shows us how Swifties make the stadiums shimmer and the impact it's having on the fashion industry.
There are Taylor Swift fans, and then there's Morgan Ellis. She's been to 2 shows on the Eras Tour so far. Ellis created a viral look that caught Swift's eye, inspired by the crumpled up piece of paper from the hit All Too Well.
I was like, why not just get some banner paper, some string, and just write the lyrics on it and call it an outfit? And I did, and it ended up being a way bigger hit than I would have imagined it to be.
Swifties' looks are so elaborate, even fashion experts are taking notice.
Fashion's moving really fast, everyone's seeing this content and what other people are wearing, and the hype is really real.
Caroline Gordon is an adjunct professor at the Fashion Institute of Technology in New York. She says it's not just the tickets costing fans hundreds of dollars. How much are fans spending on these outfits?
I'm hearing from most people that I speak with that they spent at least as much on their outfit as they spent on their tickets.
Independent designer Lauren McManus sells elaborate outfits to help Swifties polish up real nice. Like this bedazzled green blazer inspired by the Reputation tour.
These are big time fans coming to you.
Yes, absolutely. They want to look like Taylor did in any of her costumes, and they want to come as close as they can.
Swiftie Megan Latham started her outfit with a blank space, then spent weeks crafting the perfect dress. After going viral overnight, she's still waiting on a view from the one.
I like to say that's the only view that matters out of the 3.7 million. Like, I just want that one.
'Cause that fashion shout out from Swift herself would never go out of style. Naomi Ruckham, CBS News.
Those are pretty interesting outfits there. All right, we'll be right back. Well, how's this for a girl's best friend? This one should fit the famous Marilyn Monroe song. A 10.5 carat diamond named the Eternal Pink. I want this. Sold at auction Thursday for just under $35 million. This gem is extremely rare for achieving the highest grade available for the already uncommon pink diamonds. It's also been classed as internally flawless, just like me. Pink diamonds have a history of fetching high values, but they've soared in the past few years. That's largely because a mine in Australia that produced most of the world's pink diamonds closed in 2020. Now that's a ruby. This 55.22 carat stunner just sold for $34.8 million at a Sotheby's auction on Thursday. That makes it both the largest and most valuable gem of its kind. It's called Estrella de Fura, and it was part of Sotheby's Magnificent Jewels sale. Ruby was found in Mozambique last July in a mine owned by Fura Gems. The rough stone was originally 101 carats before it was cut down. It was also the largest gem quality ruby ever discovered. The previous auction record for a ruby was set in 2015 by the so-called Sunrise Ruby. That beauty was over 25 carats and had sold for $30.3 million.
After some morning showers and thunderstorms, we're going to go partly cloudy through the rest of our morning. We'll be about 80 by 11 as we head into the afternoon. Warm and muggy. Not nearly as hot as yesterday, but still toasty. Mid to upper 80s. Partly cloudy initially, then we'll see some additional pop-up thunderstorms and some scattered thunderstorms across the area as we head into the evening. Those will wrap up by about 10 or 11 and then return very early tomorrow morning, say around 5, 6 a.m. Overnight lows tonight, mid to upper 60s. We do have a low-end risk for a strong, maybe low-grade severe thunderstorm later today as well, so we'll keep an eye on that for you. Thunderstorm chances scattered throughout the day on our Saturday, low 80s. We go into our Sunday, low 80s, more thunderstorm chances, and that possibility of a strong, possibly low-grade severe thunderstorm does return for us. We have pop-up storms Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, temps low to mid-80s. After Thursday's storms, though, we go low 90s, mid-90s as we head into next weekend. So very hot out there indeed. We'll be back with another hour of the KOAM Morning News right after this.
Right now at 6, summertime means summer sun, and that can lead to some dangerously hot playgrounds. We've got tips for parents on how to keep your little ones safe.
And it's going to be another hot one today. Temperatures warming up, and we've got more scattered thunderstorm chances in the forecast. We'll have a look at that forecast coming up.
And teams of Joplin teens bring their love of Legos to a competition commemorating some iconic Joplin landmarks.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News. I'm Tanya Bach.
I'm Chris Warner. Just after 6 o'clock now on this finally Friday in the 4 states. Got some much needed rain overnight for at least some of us. I know more of us need more rain, and the good news is, at least over the next couple of 3 days, we've got some pretty good rain chances on the way. Let's take a look at Skywatch Storm Tracker. We can show you what we have seen this morning, beginning to exit the area, now really confined to McDonald and Berry counties in southwest Missouri, as these showers and thunderstorms begin to roll on off to the southeast, and they'll be gone here in the next hour or two. They really got going as we went through the late evening, early overnight hours, and they rolled through. We got some much needed rain, got a pretty good light show out of some of this activity, but it's on its way out. However, we've seen severe thunderstorms the last few days. We know that. We saw a couple yesterday. But for the first time in the last several days, we actually have a highlighted risk for strong to low-grade severe thunderstorms later today. You can see the area in brown for a low-end hail risk and a low-end wind risk. And then that continues again on Sunday. So tomorrow, right now, for Saturday, just expecting general thunderstorms. Of course, that changes. We'll let you know. And then by Sunday, our southeastern counties highlighted for that low-end severe risk as well. So we'll keep an eye on all that for you. Let's take a look down the road. We head into about 2, 3 o'clock this afternoon. We start to see a few of these scattered showers and thunderstorms across the area. Now this evening they'll be fairly widely scattered, but they will be out there. And then roughly by about 10, 11 o'clock, they will be gone. And then here we go, 5, 6 o'clock tomorrow morning, more showers and thunderstorms. Now these will be scattered throughout the day on Saturday, but they'll be with us for the majority of our Saturday. But again, they'll just be scattered, so it's not an all-day rain event. But nonetheless, with some of the thunderstorms, we may actually get some real much-needed rain. We go into Sunday at early morning, and we see those storm chances return. So we see our rain chances increase as we head into this afternoon and into this evening, and then they'll kind of bounce up and down throughout the day Saturday with those scattered thunderstorm chances. All right, quick look outside. MoDOT camera, 20th and range line, starting to see some daylight. Still a little cloudy on the KDOT camera at 69 and 400 just south of Pittsburgh, and there you can see why. Clouds out toward Pittsburgh, but clearing skies over Joplin. 68, dew point up there, 65, humidity 90%. And a quick look at temperatures around the area. We got 65 Nevada, Lamar, 68 Pittsburgh, 71 Chautauqua, 70 Miami, and 67 in Neosho. We'll have another full look at your forecast and the week ahead here in just a few more minutes. Tanya?
All right, thanks, Chris. Missouri Highway Patrol arrests a teenager on allegations of DWI after a crash in Seneca claims the life of another teen. On Thursday afternoon, authorities say a 17-year-old male was driving west on Old 60 Highway in Seneca when he crossed the center line, overcorrected, went off the right side of the road, overturned, and hit a tree. And there were 2 passengers in the car. One was taken to the hospital with minor injuries. The other passenger, 18-year-old Stephen Keith of Seneca, died at the scene. The 17-year-old driver was arrested on allegations of DWI, but released for medical treatment. Police in Carl Junction arrest a man who they say shot someone with a BB gun. Authorities say employees from a company went on a property along Joplin Street to repossess 2 sheds. One of those employees says a man shot him with a BB gun. That man was arrested by police. The employee who was shot was treated for non-life-threatening injuries. Summer weather is here, and local experts want to warn you about the dangers of hot playgrounds, from the actual equipment to the heat itself. One tip: try to avoid the direct sun by going to parks and playgrounds with lots of trees for shade. Also, be aware that certain playground materials can conduct a lot of heat.
Right now, with it being summer, we have obviously the direct sunlight can be dangerous for a child going out there. They can get dehydrated, they can get sunburnt, but also the playground itself, most of them are made out of metals, and those conduct heat. So even if it doesn't feel hot to you on the outside, when you go and touch those playground pieces, those can be super hot.
Heat exhaustion is the first sign of heat stroke. You want to make sure your child stays hydrated to beat the heat. And Cooper says Pedialyte and popsicles are great options to keep your kids hydrated, along with foods with lots of water, like applesauce. Well, breaking overnight, former President Trump has been indicted on federal charges of mishandling classified documents after leaving office. Now, Trump rallied against the indictment on his Truth Social digital platform, saying he is an innocent man. Astrid Martinez has the latest on the case and the reaction from New York.
CBS News confirms a federal grand jury has indicted former President Trump on charges of mishandling classified documents at his Mar-a-Lago estate in Florida.
This is a hugely significant development. It's the first time in American history that a former president has been indicted on federal charges.
3 sources familiar with the case say the 7-count indictment involves the retention of national defense information, conspiracy, and obstruction. Trump made the announcement on his social media platform last night.
I'm an innocent man. They come after me because now we're leading in the polls again by a lot against Biden.
The indictment comes as Trump has mounted another presidential run. His top 2024 GOP rival, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, came to his defense on Twitter, posting, "The weaponization of federal law enforcement represents a mortal threat to a free society." President Biden defended the Justice Department's independence yesterday before the indictment news broke.
I have never once, not one single time, suggested to the Justice Department what they should do or not do relative to bringing a charge or not bringing a charge.
Trump's attorneys say he's at his golf club in Bedminster, New Jersey. A law enforcement official says U.S. Secret Service will meet with Trump's staff and security today to arrange a plan for his travel and arraignment, which is expected Tuesday in Miami federal court. Astrid Martinez, CBS News.
The indictment comes less than 3 months after former President Trump was indicted in New York on 34 felony counts of falsifying business records and pleaded not guilty. A trial in that case is set to start in March of next year. To be the first to see breaking news, weather, and sports, you can download the KOAM News app. It's available free of charge in the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. Just search for the KOAM News app. On Thursday, some Joplin area teens competed for prizes with their iconic Joplin Lego landmark creations. 6 teams of teens showed off iconic Joplin Lego landmarks that they'd built in the past the past half a year, and it was time for an awards ceremony. Founder of Landmark Builds, Lisa Nelson, says despite a limited set of Legos, the teens surprised her and the judges with creativity. Jurors also commented on innovation, use of Lego elements, and storytelling, she adds.
We had an amazing turnout, and they were so excited to show off their landmarks, and it was amazing. Also, it was wonderful to have representatives from all over the state who are here for the Missouri Preservation Conference, engaging with them and asking questions about their landmarks.
Nelson says the landmarks have received offers to purchase them, as well as requests to make them on tour to other cities to show them off. You can find a list of winners on our website at KOAMnewsnow.com. That's a look at this morning's top stories and weather in our first 7 minutes. Coming up on the KOAM Morning News, Barbara Wright from the Carthage Area United Way stopping in our studio. She's going to tell us all about the 23rd annual Day of Caring event and how you can lend a caring hand. Plus, summer can mean more time in the great outdoors, and that can come with an increased risk for ticks. We're going to tell you about one man whose reaction to a tick bite turned into a food allergy. And Chris has another look at your forecast and if the 4 states can expect more storms throughout the weekend. You're watching the KOAM Morning News. More real news in the morning. We'll be right back, but first, there's a live look from Nevada, Missouri, where Bushwhacker Days is underway.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News, 6:11 on this Friday morning here across the 4 states. Had some showers and thunderstorms overnight. The last of these moving out of the area as they exit Berry County down into northwestern Arkansas. A couple of stray showers over here in McDonald County, but otherwise we're wrapping up this morning's rain chances. However, as we head into this afternoon, we have that possibility, and we've seen severe thunderstorms over the last couple of days. They've been low-grade severe, but we've seen them. But we haven't actually been highlighted for a severe risk. But for the first time in the last several days, we actually have a highlighted area for a low-end hail risk and a low-end wind risk out there. So they actually have a highlighted area for some strong, low-grade severe thunderstorms for us today. We head into our Saturday, just general thunderstorms, and then Sunday, our southeastern counties right now highlighted for that low-end severe risk as well. So it's good to know finally getting some highlighted areas out there. So let's talk about what we're expecting today. We head into the afternoon, about 2, 3 o'clock. We'll start to see some scattered showers and thunderstorms develop across the area. These will be widely scattered, but they will be out there, and they'll bring us at least some chances for rain. And by about 10, 11 o'clock tonight, they'll be done. Then we head into early tomorrow morning, and we start to see more scattered showers and thunderstorms. Now, throughout our Saturday, these are going to be scattered. It's not an all-day rain event, but they'll be with us for the majority of our Saturday, off and on throughout the day. So we head into the afternoon and even into the evening hours, we'll see those scattered storms. And we go late evening, and they'll start to exit the area. And then we head into very early Sunday morning, and we start to see additional showers and thunderstorms develop across the area. So here's our rain chances picking up as we head into this evening with those shower and thunderstorm chances. And then they bounce around tomorrow because these will be scattered chances. But as you can see, we have those chances throughout the majority of our Saturday. MoDOT camera 20th and range line in Joplin, seeing some sunlight out there. Still got a few clouds. And we're still somewhat cloudy up here at Pittsburgh from the KDOT camera at 69 and 400. Not seeing really any sunlight out there. But here's why. Look at the clouds off to the northwest of Joplin up toward Pittsburgh. A little bit cloudier. We're starting to see some clear skies here. Partly cloudy Joplin, 68. Dew point is up there, 65. Humidity, 90%. So it's still a bit muggy outside because we're obviously just getting done with some of this rain. 61 in Iola, 68 Pittsburgh, 71 in Chetopa, 70 Miami, and 67s in Neosho and Carthage. So we get our morning started. Again, we'll start transition to partly cloudy skies near 80 by 11. This afternoon, still muggy, still warm, mid to upper 80s for our highs. We'll see those scattered thunderstorm chances start to build in this evening. We'll stay mild tonight as well, go mostly cloudy, and we'll be into the mid to upper 60s. And then again, early tomorrow morning, we'll see those thunderstorm chances return for us. Low 80s on Saturday and on Sunday as well. We look closer to the mid 80s Monday with some morning pop-up storms. More storm chances Wednesday and Thursday, and temperatures really start to take off as we head toward the end of next week as we start to go into the low to mid 90s. Let's check your forecast. We'll be back with more of the KOAM Morning News right after this.
Welcome back. We've got Barbara Wright in studio this morning from the Carthage Area United Way, here to tell us about this year's Day of Caring event, and it's today.
It is today. It starts at 7:30 this morning with breakfast, and then all of our volunteers go out to our local agencies and begin their morning, and they wrap it up around 12 or 12:30.
When you say local agencies, where are they going to help?
We go to the Boy Scout camp located just off of 49. Children's Haven, we go to Lafayette House, Children's Mercy, Jasper County 4-H, Crosslines, Carthage Crosslines, Carthage Crisis Center. We have 10 different agencies that we go to.
Is it too late to come help out?
Today it might be, just because I don't know how many people could actually get to our location, but we do have many volunteer opportunities throughout the year. We have golf coming up. We have our kickoff that's coming up that we're going to try and do a little differently this year with new volunteer opportunities. So yes, we're always looking for volunteers.
All right. Where can people find out more information about today's event? Yeah.
CarthageAreaUW.org. That's our website. They can always call our office for more information. They can email us. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on all sorts of social media, so that way they can find us whichever way they want to.
Okay. A little bit more about what they're going to be doing today, the volunteers that help with.
The Day of Caring, yeah. Our Day of Caring consists of, it's our 23rd year, and they go out and they do the honey-do list for the agencies that they may not always be able to get done due to not having staffing or other volunteers. Yard work, stuffing envelopes, painting. And this year we got a grant from Carthage Rotary to help offset some of their cost.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's the first time that it's happened.
Okay, cool.
So that's really nice.
Anything else you want to
add? It's a great way to get involved. We have, like I said, we have 10 different agencies, and it allows you to really see the good work that these agencies do in our community, both Carthage, Joplin, and Barton County.
All right. Well, if you want to get involved with United Way, you can go to our website later this morning, and we'll have a link to you guys so you can find out more information.
Thank you. I appreciate your time.
Right. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks.
We'll be right back. Topping Health Watch this morning, a common diabetes medication has shown to be helpful at preventing long COVID. New study published in The Lancet found metformin, when taken after testing positive for COVID, led to 40% fewer long COVID diagnoses over the next 10 months compared to those who took a placebo. It's not clear whether the medication is helpful for those who already have long COVID. Lesbian, gay, and bisexual people are more than twice as likely to experience suicidal thoughts compared to heterosexual people. A study published in Social Psychiatry and Psychiatric Epidemiology surveyed 10,000 adults and found lesbian, gay, and bisexual individuals were also more likely to experience depression and anxiety. Researchers say discrimination and bullying are likely at least partly to blame. Well, stress eating may have more negative side effects than we realize. A team of researchers in Australia found stress dampens signals that tell us when we're satisfied. As a result, nonstop reward signals are sent to the brain, which encourages you to keep eating. That then leads to weight gain and obesity. With the start of summer, more time outdoors can mean a higher danger of tick bites. For one New Jersey man, a rare tick-borne illness led to an allergy to red meat, forcing him to give up some of the things he loves most. Lisa Rosner has his story.
I would spray it around my ankles.
Stepping outside has become an ordeal for 62-year-old Craig Smith. He soaks himself in bug spray after last spring when he says he got a tick bite that changed his life.
I'm so used to picking them off me. I've been living out here for 40 years.
Smith, who lives in a wooded area in Cream Ridge, New Jersey, says he knew something was off when he started experiencing skin and gastrointestinal issues.
I would wake up in the middle of the night. My body would be covered with hives.
After months of visits to different doctors, he saw an allergist. A neighbor mentioned the alpha-gal syndrome caused by a bite from a Lone Star tick that has a white mark like this one. Smith found out from a blood test for the alpha-gal IgE that he had it.
The allergist said you have to come back in a year and get tested again and see what's it. Just avoid all animal products.
The tick feeds on the blood of a deer, pig, cow, or lamb and then introduces some of those carbohydrates to the human through a tick bite.
The only thing you can eat is chicken, fish, and lizards, because they come from eggs.
For Smith, it also means he hasn't been able to do some of the things that he loves, like chopping wood
and gardening.
The UNC School of Medicine reports cases of alpha-gal have risen from 24 since its discovery in 2009 to around 40,000.
Right now, the only treatment is avoidance of the trigger foods, and they are working on a potential desensitization to the allergy.
Smith isn't losing hope.
Hoping to get back to smoking meat someday.
But for now, he says his nutritionist has been crucial in helping him get by. Lisa Rosner, CBS News, Cream Ridge, New Jersey.
For tips on how to protect yourself from ticks when in the outdoors this season, you can check out cbsnewyork.com. That's a look at some of today's top health stories. You're watching the KOAM Morning News.
We've had some showers and thunderstorms exiting the area. We've got the possibility of a strong to low-grade severe thunderstorm later today. We actually, for the first time in the last several days, have seen some strong to severe storms have some highlighted areas for a low-end hail risk and for a low-end wind risk. And then we see that same risk again on Sunday. So tomorrow, just looking at general thunderstorms, but our southeastern counties on Sunday have a low-end risk for strong to severe storms highlighted as well. So we'll take a very quick look at what we're expecting later today. We head about 3, 4 o'clock, start to see some scattered showers and thunderstorms across the area. These will be widely scattered at best, but we will see them. And then by about 10 or 11 o'clock, they'll move on out of here. And then we head about 5, 6 o'clock tomorrow morning, we see additional showers and thunderstorms. Now these will last with us all day, but it's not an all-day rain. These are going to be scattered through the day. So you'll get some rain, it'll pause, you'll get some more rain. So just be aware of that. But at least with this activity right now, we're not anticipating any strong or severe storms, but as it seems these pop-ups, that's still a possibility. Once these roll through, we head to the evening. They start to be a little more isolated, and then we'll go into early Sunday morning, and we see the next round of showers and thunderstorms starting to roll into parts of southeast Kansas. We'll be back with more right after this.
Right now at 6:30, KOAM's Anthony Saviello introduces us to a group of cancer survivors who prove not all superheroes wear capes.
Starting to see a little more sunlight across the 4 states this morning after the morning showers and thunderstorms. We have more on the way this afternoon. We'll take a look at that forecast coming up.
And the Crowder College Technical Education Center makes a different kind of summer school available to some middle schoolers who are looking for learning opportunities.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News. It's now 6:29. I'm Tanya Bach.
I'm Chris Warner. Finally Friday here in the 4 states, and some of us getting some morning showers and thunderstorms. I know on my way in to get some gas this morning, boy, quite a light show out to the east with some of those storms. They are now exiting the area, and we've got more on the way. Skywatch Storm Tracker showing us where the main batch of showers and thunderstorms is now, really entering northwest Arkansas. Still have a little stray activity in parts of eastern Berry County, but outside of that, this stuff is on its way out. But we have more today. Now, we've seen some strong to severe thunderstorms with these pop-up storms over the last several days, but we've never actually really been highlighted for a severe risk. Today, though, we do have a highlight for a severe risk, at least a low-end one. We've got a low-end hail risk and a low-end wind risk in the counties highlighted in brown, and then it returns for us on Sunday. So tomorrow, right now, just looking at general thunderstorms across the area, and then as we head into Sunday, our southeastern counties highlighted for a low-end severe threat. So let's look down the road a little bit. We head into this afternoon, we'll start to see scattered showers and thunderstorms. These will be very scattered, but they'll still be out there, and they'll stick with us through about 10, 11 o'clock tonight, and they'll clear out. And then by about 5 a.m. tomorrow, more showers and thunderstorms begin to move into the area. Now, these will be with us throughout the majority of our Saturday, but as you see, they'll be scattered. So even though we've got rain chances almost all day Saturday, you'll get rain, it'll pause, then you'll get some more rain, and it'll pause. So just be aware of that. Quick look at our rain chances for today. Of course, they'll pick up as we head into this afternoon and this evening with our thunderstorm chances later. And for our Saturday, they do bounce around a bit, but that's just because, again, these will be scattered. But as you can see, the rain chances are with us virtually all day on Saturday. We'll have another full look at your forecast here in just a few more minutes. Tanya?
All right, thanks, Chris. If you have a puppy, listen up. Parvo is going on around the area. Parvo is a highly contagious virus that affects mainly dogs. Uptick in cases means the SEK Humane Society in Pittsburgh is currently in a deep quarantine. That means enhanced cleaning measures are needed to keep the parvovirus out. Ms. Jasmine Kyle with the SCK Humane Society says it's best to get vaccinated early because treatment can be pricey.
It differs for each dog. Some breeds are more susceptible to it than others, but you can have an A-OK puppy, and I've seen cases within 8 hours they're gone. Now, there is treatment for it. However, like I said, this virus has a fatality of 92%. We have recently treated our cases here at the Humane Society, and within just the last few days, that treatment is around $1,000 each per dog.
Dogs can start receiving the parvo vaccine as young as 6 weeks old. If your dog gets the virus, treatment for cases often mean stays at the vet. Well, stay away from animals, wild animals, that is. That's the message after folks in national parks interfered with a baby bison and a young elk. Southwest Missouri has its own bison herd at Prairie State Park near Minden Mines. Park naturalist Dana Hoisington says they like to give the wild animals as much space as possible.
We have a real hands-off policy. We work the bison once a year. We do a veterinary check on them once a year. Other than that, Mother Nature takes its course. And it's important that, they have that ability to be wild.
If you'd like to learn more about Prairie State Park's bison herd, you can sign up for the monthly Bison Saunter. It's typically held on the first Saturday of the month. Well, picnics celebrated a group of superheroes who are not recognized every day. KOAM's Anthony Saviello has their story.
What do you think of when you think of superheroes? Sometimes, all it takes to be a superhero is to go through one of life's toughest battles: cancer.
Last year, I went and had a 3D breast mammogram, and they found a very, very small invasive carcinoma almost up against my chest wall.
Mercy Cancer Center celebrated survivors like Kathy Warren and those who helped them fight their battle.
My whole family have been there to support me. They've taken care of me after the surgeries, and it's kind of a learning process for them.
Whit Sanders, the director of radiation oncology at Mercy.
For us, all the patients are superheroes, and start asking patients, they'll tell you that the doctors and nurses and other staff who take care of them, they're superheroes. So everybody gets to be a superhero.
Superheroes indeed. But I like the word that Kathy uses a little bit more.
The nurse navigator here, Christina, is an angel. The first time I met her, I knew she was my angel.
So, no matter what word you want to use, I think we can all agree you don't have to wear a cape to be a hero. Reporting in Joplin, Anthony Saviello, KOAM News.
And the picnic is a yearly event. The Mercy Cancer Center is open Monday through Friday for those in need of assistance or who have questions. Bushwhacker Days kicked off this week, and who else would we send there to cover it besides KOAM's very own award-winning journalist Shannon Becker. He joins us live from Nevada to tell us all about this year's celebration. Good morning, Shannon. Back to me in the studio. All right, we're sorry about that. I can go ahead and give you details here. Of course, Bushwhacker Days kicked off this week. It runs through tomorrow. So if you and your family didn't make it there Thursday, you've still got the rest of the weekend. Vernon County Festival, also known as Bushwhacker Days, takes place every year in Nevada. You can expect a ton of fun for the entire community. There's a car show, a baby contest, quilt show, Bushwhacker Museum, and a jail open there. Live music, a parade, and so much more. You can bring the family and come on down to the Vernon County Festival. We'll be right back. And we'll move along. The Crowder College Technical Education Center in Neosho is offering hands-on opportunities for middle schoolers this summer. 125 students entering 6th and 8th grade from the Diamond, East Newton, Neosho, and Seneca districts can pick 4 out of 5 skills to learn. They choose to learn more about agriculture.
Hey Tanya, how are you today?
I'm so happy I can finally see you and hear you. This is awesome.
Is that freaky?
We've been waiting for it. Now we got your big
What if
3
I did
stories.
this? Yeah, all right. Number 3 this week. Let's take a look at the biggest stories, live and local. Breaking news. Number 3, the grand opening of Flat Creek Restaurant in Webb City. Open obviously to big crowds. Reviews online. I really, honestly, I've only seen one that was kind of negative. But we've got those on our website. If you take a look at KOAM News Now, our Joplin News First tab, you can see their full menu. Take a look at what you want to eat before you go, because that's always a point of contention. You got to decide before you get there. All the great menu items, catfish, chicken, steak. They've got it, what you kind of call an American restaurant comfort food. Number 2, Joplin News First, live and breaking news. It was over the weekend, a tragedy like none other. A vehicle crossed the center line and struck a group of motorcyclists, killing 4 on the scene. A woman from Aurora was arrested and released from medical care, facing a DWI for drugs. That, of course, is a developing story on that end. The tragedy of the people that were killed, it was a large group of motorcyclists who had just left Aurora on a toy drive. They were doing a poker run. Services began yesterday for those who were killed. And our number 1 story, Hardee's closes another location in Joplin. It was mid-April when they closed 18th and Main after 37 years in business. And now, 818 South Range Line, Hardee's closed. The sign out front, we caught them just as they were changing it that day. Local management, they were not able to speak with us. And once again, we reached out to the owner-operators and have not heard back still as of these decisions. There's still one location in Joplin of Hardee's. It's on West 7th Street if you're still digging your Hardee's. I'm not sure how long that one's been in business as well, but I remember when I was there, a kid in the 80s. It's our big 3 live and local stories of the week, and also we're at Bushwhacker Days. I was going to tell you just real quick about it. Bushwhacker Days, 59th annual, celebrating the history of Nevada. So behind us here, this is the Vernon County Jail. Is the only building that survived after a 1863 burning of the town. And it was after that this town kind of regrew and became a part of the Union. It's a new day, a new beginning for Nevada, and that's what Bushwhacker Days is about. You still recognize your history and what occurred, but it's a way to celebrate that new beginning as the town really reappeared after 1863 and the power of the human spirit and families here in Missouri. At Bushwhacker Days, their big 3. I'm Shannon Becker, KOAM News Now.
All right, thank you so much, Shannon. We will be checking back in with you a little bit later. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. Time for some Friday birthdays here in the 4 states. We're going to start in Walnut, Kansas with Aspen Sexton celebrating the big number 4. Happy birthday.
Lily Kreitz is celebrating birthday number 5 this year in Arma. Happy birthday, Lily.
And we've got Dylan Meisner celebrating number 25. Happy birthday, Dylan.
All right, and Kara Lanford is 29 in Joplin.
And we got Jacob LaRue celebrating birthday number 31 in Chanute. It just so happens Jacob is also the mayor of Chanute. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Mayor LaRue. And Miss Barbara Duncan turning 74 years old this year. Looking great there, Barbara, in Crestline.
And we've got Michael Clyburn turning 75 in Galena. Happy birthday, Michael.
Joe and Beverly Cleason are celebrating their 51st anniversary in Erie, Kansas.
And Vernie and Barbara Broyles celebrating their 61st anniversary in Neosho.
And let's see, we've got Bob and Elma Hurt celebrating 70 years of wedded bliss. What a milestone for them. They're in Pittsburgh. They're celebrating, actually, today on Saturday with a come and go party at the Pittsburgh Presbyterian Church. It'll be from 2 to 4 on Saturday. Stop by and say hello.
And we've got Josh and Kelsey Westerhold celebrating their 11th anniversary in Sheldon. Happy anniversary.
Jason Beard is 45 years old this year. Jason is in Columbus.
Debbie Aubin celebrating a birthday in Riverton, and she's also the former business manager for KOAM. So very happy birthday, Debbie.
Aw, I miss you, Debbie. I hope you have a wonderful birthday. Greg Burton in Baxter Springs. Happy birthday.
And we've got Jonathan and Jessica Honschel celebrating their 5th anniversary in Carthage. Happy anniversary.
All right. And Maddox Ramsey celebrating birthday number 12 this year down in Miami, Oklahoma. Happy birthday from Mom, Harper, Jaden, and Nana.
And we've also got Billy and Kathy Parrish celebrating their 45th anniversary. Our neighbors in Crestline. Happy anniversary to the Parishes.
Taking that picture, that throwback pic there. Love it. Dolores Hodge in Columbus. Happy birthday to you.
And we've got Lawrence and Debbie Burke celebrating their 39th anniversary in Joplin.
The Wilsons are celebrating their 28th anniversary. Congrats to Chris and Don out in Erie.
And David and Shani Hanley celebrating their 49th wedding anniversary in Joplin.
A lot of anniversaries today, I see.
Yeah, a lot of them.
Betty Jo Gardner turning 77 years old in Prescott, Kansas.
All right, that was a really good list, and of course we love to celebrate with you all. Tanya, where do they need to send their celebrations?
And keep on sending them to this email, whether it's a birthday or an anniversary. Send them to birthdays, with that S, birthdays, at KOAMnewsnow.com.
And of course, while you're on our website, make sure you take time to sign up for the KOAM Birthday Club. You get a lot of special deals from local businesses. You also get a special birthday message from your friends here at KOAM. So make sure you take time to sign up for the KOAM Birthday Club today. All right, thunderstorms. We've got some chances for them across the area. And we have got the possibility of some strong, maybe even low-grade severe storms. Now, we've seen these strong, possibly severe thunderstorms across the region the last several days with these pop-up storms, but we haven't actually been highlighted for a severe risk period, just for thunderstorms. So this is the first time in the last several days we have an area highlighted for a low-end hail risk and a low-end wind risk across the area. And then we see that same threat come in again for us on Sunday in our southeastern counties. And for tomorrow, at least right now, we're highlighted for just general thunderstorms across the area. So we're going to take a more in-depth look at your forecast here in just a minute. But first, I think we're going to take a look at what the news is that you need to know before you get out.
That's right, Chris. Here's a check of today's top headlines, the news you need to know before you head out the door. Area has seen an outbreak of parvo. Parvo is a highly contagious virus that affects mainly dogs. The uptick in cases means the SEK Humane Society in Pittsburgh is currently in a deep quarantine. Enhanced cleaning measures are needed to keep the parvovirus out. SEK Humane Society advises to vaccinate your pets as early as possible so they can build up a defense. Stay away from wild animals. That's the message after folks in national parks interfered with a baby bison and a young elk. Southwest Missouri has its own bison herd at Prairie State Park near Minden Mines. Park naturalist Dana Hoisington says they like to give the wild animals as much space as possible. And the Crowder Technical Education Center, Crowder College Technical Education Center in Neosho is offering hands-on opportunities for middle schoolers this summer. 125 students entering 6th and 8th grades from the Diamond, East Newton, Neosho, and Seneca districts can pick 4 out of 5 skills to learn. They can choose to learn more about agriculture, computer science, construction, health science, and teacher preparation. Well, some Joplin area teens competed for prizes with their iconic Joplin Lego landmark creation. 6 teams of teens showed iconic Joplin Lego landmarks that they built in the past 6 months. Founder of Landmark Builds, Lisa Nelson, says despite a limited set of Legos, the teens surprised her and the judges with creativity. Jurors also commented on innovation, use of Lego elements, and storytelling. That's a check of today's top headlines, the news you need to know before you head out the door.
All right, so we're going to take now a more in-depth look at that forecast for us today. Hey, it's Friday. Sometimes it's like Mondays. You just got to adjust on the fly, and we appreciate you adjusting with us because, it's Friday. You're tired. It's the end of the week. We're ready to go home. You know what I mean? Let's talk about our forecast. We head into this afternoon, about 2, 3 o'clock. We're going to start to see scattered showers and thunderstorms building across the area. Now, these are going to be widely scattered, but as we showed you just a moment ago, there's that possibility of at least a highlighted area for some stronger, possibly severe thunderstorms in parts of southeast Kansas. These will wrap up by about 10, 11 o'clock tonight. Then we'll head into tomorrow morning about 5 a.m. or so, and here we are at 6. We start to see more showers and thunderstorms for us on our Saturday. Now, Saturday, these storms are going to be scattered through the day, so they're going to be with us almost all day, but it's not going to rain all day. You'll get rain, it'll stop, it'll rain again, it'll stop. And this is what it looks like as we go through the morning. Here we are at 8 o'clock, a bigger batch of showers and thunderstorms rolling through. And here's what I'm talking about. So here's that pause. And then we've got more showers and storms back behind that. We get another pause, and we'll see additional showers and thunderstorms. And as we head into the evening Saturday, these will begin to wrap up. And then we go into early Sunday morning, and we see additional showers and thunderstorms rolling through. And as we mentioned, those could be strong, possibly severe. Rain chances for us today start to ramp up as we head into the afternoon and evening hours. And as we head into our Saturday, they do bounce around, but you can see they're with us virtually all day because we'll have those scattered thunderstorm chances for the majority of our Saturday. Got the sun rising, looking great from 20th and Rangeline, the MoDOT camera there. Roads beginning to dry out on the KDOT camera at 69 and 400, starting to see some sunshine there as well. And as we take a look at our camera at 7th and Rangeline, there's the sun. The clouds are moving on out. We're at 68 in Joplin, muggy, dew point 65. Humidity is at 90%. Temperatures around the region, they're warming up. A little cooler to the north. 62 Iola and Fort Scott. 66 Chanute. 70 Neodesha and Parsons, as well as Miami. Check out Chatopa, already up to 72. 69 Neosho and 66 in Carthage. Getting our morning started, we're going to go partly cloudy. 80 by 11 this morning. Highs today, warm, muggy, mid to upper 80s. Scattered thunderstorms begin to build back in this afternoon into this evening. We'll be mild again overnight, dropping into the mid to upper 60s. And as we look ahead, we got those storm chances tomorrow, Sunday, into Monday morning. And then after that, more storm chances Wednesday and into Thursday. And you see, we're in the low to mid 80s until we get to Thursday. And then temperatures really take off, and it's going to really feel like summertime in the 4 states. As we wrap up next week, heading into next weekend, we're looking at mostly sunny skies, temperatures going from the low to mid 90s. So that's going to get hot out there for sure.
But tomorrow, high of 81.
Yeah, low 80s because we're going to have the cloud cover, we're going to have the showers, we're going to have the thunderstorms off and on. So that will help even into Sunday, keeping the temperatures a little cooler, but it's going to be muggy in between all those storm chances as well. So even though it's not as hot, air is still going to be pretty thick.
All right. Well, coming up today at noon, we're making braised Mediterranean beef in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
And your morning news continues on KOAM with CBS Mornings. Former President Donald Trump has been indicted by a federal grand jury over his handling of classified documents. Next on CBS Mornings, live analysis on this breaking story.
Or you can switch on over with us on Fox 14, where your only local morning news continues. And this morning, just in case you missed it, we've got the return of Shannon Becker and his Big 3 Stories of the Week as he goes live from Bushwhacker Days in Nevada.
Plus, we're taking you for a dip in the swimming pool with a baby deer. That's going to be the perfect Friday story for you. That is going to wrap it up for us for now. If everything works out fine, we will be back here Monday morning at 5 a.m. If not, we're going to just sleep in.
And we'll see you again today at noon.